Hi, 8th grade. I hope you guys are doing great, adjusting to this remote learning thing, enjoying the beautiful weather we've had, maybe a little bit more sleep, maybe not. Anyway, I want to talk to you about week 3 and what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with pre-writing. We're going to do a couple different strategies just to get us thinking about things. The first thing you're going to do is brainstorm some times in your life when you've been surprised. So I need you to write at least 4, 5, 6 of those, okay? I shared some examples. So one of them that I shared when I was 16, my mom did a surprise birthday party for me, but she forgot to have anybody come and get me. So I was there when everybody was arriving and it was really awkward. And she didn't have anything planned either. So it was a really awkward party, but I appreciated the thought. I was really surprised when I found out I was going to have my first child, Zachary. That was like 26 years ago almost. Oh no, 26 years. That's crazy. I was surprised when I found out my book was going to get published, and I was surprised when I was in high school. I got a lead in an opera at Wolf Trap, which is a pretty cool place to perform. So I was super blessed by those experiences. But surprises can sometimes be bad, and those are not ones that we can ignore. We can write those down if you want to. I didn't share any of mine because they're all real downers, but God uses those bad surprises just as much, sometimes more than the good ones. So you can share those as well. So after you brainstorm, our first strategy is going to be to free write. Now, free write means that you just write for a certain amount of time. So I would say the least amount of time is 5 minutes, the most maybe 10. If you really want to do more, go. I love it. So you write for, say you've chosen 7 minutes. You write for 7 minutes. You don't stop. You don't correct. You don't pause. You don't revise. You just write. It doesn't matter about spelling or anything like that. You're just going to write. So that's your first strategy. You're going to pick one of your surprises that you shared in your brainstorming and write your free write about it. The second strategy, we're going to pick another one, the second one that you would like to write about, and you're going to do something called 5WH. Now, down the left side of your page, whether you handwrite it or type it in a Google Doc, you are going to write who, what, when, where, why, and how. And you are going to answer those questions basing it on that surprise that you have chosen to write about in this strategy. Again, who, what, when, where, why, and how. So that is your second strategy, and all of this is written on an assignment sheet, so you don't have to memorize it from this little talk I'm giving you. Your third strategy is a graphic organizer. So I have included in our Google Classroom 2 different documents that have samples of graphic organizers. You can download one of those, print it out. You can handwrite it if you'd like. You can make up your own. You can go type free write graphic organizers in Google and find a whole bunch of them yourself. Whatever one you'd like to use is fine with me. I like the bubble one where you put the main idea in the middle and then you build off of that with all the little bubbles around it. That's my preference. I tend to like bubbles. So anyway, you choose your graphic organizer and you choose the third surprise that you want to write about and use that graphic organizer to pre-write. After you have done those, the next one you're going to do, you've tried all these different strategies. You're going to choose the one you liked the best, and you are going to fill out a pre-writing planning sheet, which I'm going to include for you. And that is going to be the basis for your story. So you'll do the pre-writing planning sheet. Your final activity is either to write a story for me, like at least 200 words if you would, or you can do a video and tell me your story. Okay, so there are a few things that you need to do when you do this, either writing or sharing it via video. You need to make sure that your story makes sense, that it has a clear sequence of events, and that there's a lot of elaboration with interesting details. I want to be into your story. I want to know what happens in your story. I want to be interested in it. And you want your readers and your listeners to be interested in whatever you're telling, the story that you're telling. So imagine you're at your big giant table at lunch with your friends at school and you're sharing a story with them. That's the story, how you want to share the story with me. Now, I can tell if you're winging it. I can always tell when you're winging it. I don't always give it away that I know that. But a lot of times when you guys get up to share things, sometimes you wing it. Don't wing it. Do a good job. Effort counts, okay? Do a good job on this. Also, Please keep reading your independent reading book. We are going to do book talks on Fridays. When you finish a book, let me know, and we'll set up a Zoom or a Google Meet between the two of us, and we can catch up, and I can hear about the book that you're reading. On that note, we'll have a Google Meet for our class on Thursday, and I think it's between 11 and 12. I need to double check. But you'll get an invitation for that tomorrow or Wednesday. Also, I have office hours from 10 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you need to talk to me, email me. We'll try and figure it out via email. If that doesn't work, then we'll set up a time when we can Zoom and we can talk about whatever you need help with on this, okay? So this is just a fun strategy. We're going to work on some writing this week and next week. And I'm sorry about Romeo and Juliet. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way that we can do that online. So I'll keep you posted on that front. I miss you guys a ton. I love you all. Oh, I forgot one thing. Google Classroom. If you press turn in, it's going to tell you that it's turned in regardless of whether you actually attached a new document to that. So just be aware of that. Sometimes you're confusing me and your parents because it'll say turned in, and then it's just terribly disappointing. I go click on and there's no assignment in there. It's just maybe my directions handed back to me. Make sure that you're turning in something if you press that turn in thing. Okay, your grades will be on Praxi. I think I'm caught up on most of my grading, so that's on Praxi today. I think I might have a little bit more from last week, actually, now that I think about it. It's kind of late. Anyway, love you guys. Miss you tons. Praying for you. Trust God in all of this. He's got a plan. Alrighty, and if you need anything at all, you let me know. Bye, guys.